Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and today I present to you another LEGO creation. Today's creation is the Karabiner 98 Kurz, or what most of you call it, the Kar98K. Now, the Kar98K is the standard service rifle for Nazi Germany during World War II, and it has been featured in multiple video games, such as, well, Call of Duty and Battlefield are the ones that come to mind when you mention this gun being in video games. I'm sure there are other video games that have this gun, like a sort of forgotten game, you could say. PUBG also has it. It's a sort of a forgotten game because there are way more better games out there. But anyways, let's just talk about the gun. Now, this is my first ever, you could say, World War II rifle. Well, I already made STG-44, but I mean type of gun with this type of stock grip. So yeah. Anyways. This is where I started building the thing. Most of the time, if I'm going to build guns like this, I start from the back, because for me it's the hardest area to build. Now you might notice there's a width difference, but I'll explain that later. So yeah, this is basically the grip and the stock. Now this hole here is just to fit the what's the word again? The sling, which is a band of sorts you tie to the gun, and you can wear the gun like a backpack. Now this thing here actually has a function. Most guns, basically every gun, you can field strip them to, do on-field repairs, or I don't know why any other reason you want to dismantle the gun. And the firing pin is a very, very important part of the gun. So this hole here is basically for the user to store the firing pin when they are taking this thing apart, so they won't lose it as easily as they would if they did not have this thing. Now, next off, this is the trigger guard. Oops, this is the upside down trigger guard I usually do. Now you can see this section here. It's actually 5 studs wide, and this is 3 studs wide. Now, I actually used the connection so the way I connected the grip to the body of the gun is the similar way. It's a basically similar design to what I did with my suppressor on my OTS-14 Groza. So if you guys want to see how I did the connection, you can go watch that video, because there's no way I'm going to take this apart. So anyways, let's move on. Of course, the bolt moves, because what's the point of making a non-moving bolt? So you can pull it back like so, and it pushes it back on. Now the top section is 4 studs and the bottom is 5 studs, so I basically used a similar technique to what I did on my op. So yeah, there should be an indent where the bolt lies, but because of how I built the trigger, I could not make an indent, but at least this works, I guess. So the bolt isn't locked by anything, so you can just still pull it back. But anyways, here's the built-in magazine, which basically almost every World War I and II gun has, because magazines were actually a thing at that time. I'm not sure about World War I, but definitely magazines were a thing in World War II. But why they did not include magazines for guns like these? Simply because, well, everything costs money, and magazines weigh pretty heavy. They are much more heavy compared to a clip. So some people might confuse the two, which sometimes annoys some people, but I understand why, because, well, sometimes you hear some people using clip and you assume it's correct. But anyways, I'm going to show you what's a clip if you do not know. This is a Lego clip. Now basically what a clip does is it holds the bullets like this. It clips on the bullet, so hence the name clip, like so. So these were basically speed loaders, you could say. So yeah, this thing actually works on my gun, so I'm going to show you that later. So that's why most guns did not have magazines back in the day, because, well, money. And mainly money and the weight, because magazines are more heavier than clips and stuff like that. And, well, you know, you can throw away, it's much more cheaper to throw away a clip than throwing away a magazine, because, you know, sometimes soldiers are in the heat of the moment and they might accidentally throw away the magazine instead of saving it. So yeah, throwing away a clip is much more cheaper since it's just a piece of metal. Though the magazine is also a piece of metal, but it has much more parts, so it costs more. So anyways, enough of my rambling, back onto the gun. So yeah, not much is on this, because, well, it's a bolt action gun, not much special about it. I guess I could talk about the front. I'll move on to the iron sights later. So the front, this section here is 4 studs, and this indent here is 3 studs. I connected it with a jumper plate. And this here is the cleaning rod. The cleaning rod is basically just used to clean the barrel of debris. So, because debris can sometimes affect the accuracy of the gun. Alright, next off, we have the iron sights, which I will show you later in the first person view, but because I do not have enough space, but this is how it looks on the top. And this is the front sight. It's built like this. I did not use the... So many of you might have already seen my different usernames rendition of the Kar98K and how he did the iron sight. I was going for something similar like that because, well, that was the best looking type of iron sight, but again, I can't because of the parts I have access to. So anyways, I'm going to show you how the clip works. Mind you, my gun isn't really accurate because it only holds 4 rounds. The real gun holds 5 rounds, just because how I built this section here. So try to show you without the gun breaking. I'm just scared the... Okay, probably won't. So as any other bolt gun, you first have to pull the bolt back, and now you can see there's a hole, and it actually is able to chamber around. So you basically just line it up like so and just push the rounds in. It might be a bit yeah, not really smooth, but it works. So now it's in, and you can see there's a hole for you to chamber the round. It's a bit dark, but you can see there's a hole, and now it can chamber around like so. There's 2 ways to remove the fake bullets. One is removing this section here, but I don't like doing that because I don't want to accidentally rip out the entire section of the bottom. So one way I do it is, first I'll tilt the gun up. Hopefully the grip doesn't break on me. and you can see the trigger guard is already breaking. I don't really like this trigger guard because it's connected with jumper plates, so it isn't really stable. So anyways, pull it back. Oh, sometimes the round doesn't want to fall out, so I pull it back. The round has fallen out, and I use this round to basically dig out the other rounds like so. So now we have 2 rounds, and I dig out this round here, and dig out the final round, which is always a bit of a hassle, but we've done it. So yeah, this is basically about, oh shit, this is what I'm talking about. The connection isn't really good, but hey, at least I was lucky enough that it broke on the table and not on the floor, so I can reconnect it. So yeah, that's one of the problems I really hate about this thing. But I couldn't make the body of the gun 4 studs wide, or the bolt would look weird. So yeah, one of the problems. If you want your gun to look better, sometimes it'll just be less stable. That's just a fact. Because, well, you don't want your gun to be entirely blocky. Well, that would look weird. So here is how I connected the bolt. It's just jumper plates, and this is what I did. Now, for the remainder of the video, I'm going to keep the trigger guard off because it's very annoying, keeps breaking off because it's not very stable. So we're just gonna put that aside. Now, I actually did not intend to make a scope, but I was bored, so I made one. So yeah, this is the scope. Pretty long, pretty simple design. This is the area where you use to adjust the windage, I think, or I'm not really sure. I think it's used to zero the gun. So yeah, now I'll try to show you the iron sights. Alright, so we're back. I'm going to try to show you the iron sights. Whoops, the gun might hit the wall. Okay, this is not a good angle. Give me one more moment. Alright, let's see if this angle works. I'm going to try to show you from the left side. Oh god, it's so hard. Okay. So this is how the iron sight works. Pretty minimalistic, but at least you have a clear sight picture. Now, okay, I will try to show you the gun with the scope on. Hopefully it doesn't collapse on me. The scope is relatively stable. I just hope the gun doesn't collapse on me, because it actually connects pretty stably. So, okay, I've connected the scope. Here is how the gun looks with the scope on. Yes, the scope is comically large on the gun. That's how old guns look like anyways with scopes on. So there's no point in showing you how it looks with the scope on, because, well, it's just a Lego scope. There's nothing special about it. So yeah, one thing my gun has in common with my different usernames model is it can do something pretty illegal, which is, I'll try to show you without the gun breaking, which is using a clip while the scope is on. Now, you aren't supposed to do that, or more of a, it's not a supposed to, or basically it's not possible to do that on a real gun, but because of the dimensions of the Lego version, we are allowed to do that. So yeah. Anyways, oh yeah, almost forgot to mention one thing. This gun, the Kar98K, is chambered in 792 by 57 Mauser. Why it doesn't use 762, I don't know. Maybe the Germans thought, or maybe the Germans made something better, I don't know, because I'm not really familiar with the 7 by 92. We know that's wrong. I'm not really familiar with the 792 by 57 millimeter Mauser rounds. I've never seen one, even a picture of it, so I might wanna go Google that. Yeah, on second thought, I probably should have Googled that before I did the video, but yeah, that's basically about it for the video. I have one announcement to make. So videos are going to the production of videos is going to slow down because, well, school's opening back up, and you know, I have got a shit ton of stuff to do, so expect less videos. But I'm still going to try to make some, but I'm not going to make them they're not going to be coming out as fast as how they used to. So just, I don't know, keep just wait longer, I guess. I think I only have one more month of school, then I have a break. So yeah, 1 month of break after I think 1 month of school, but I think that's only 2 weeks. So yeah, basically less videos are coming. So yeah, sorry about that. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.